What's up everybody, welcome back to my channel. I am Ant217 and today I am going to be working on an art challenge. I love doing art challenges. It's one of my favorite things to do. You get to draw things you wouldn't have normally thought of when you do art challenges. So for this one I am going to be doing a character mashup, but there's a catch. I'm going to be drawing one character and mashing them together with their arch nemesis. So I call this one Your Arch Enemy Into Me. No, not that. No. No. I call it Your Enemy Mashup. Nice and simple. Let's not try to be clever and do something weird. So to start, I gotta get a character. So for that, I'm gonna go ask my wife. Beep boop 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 beep boop boop boop. Baby!
What do you want?
I need a random character to draw.
Magic Mike.
No.
Yes,
How am I supposed to draw
do it.
Magic Mike? Also, I gotta combine him with his arch nemesis. So, who is his arch nemesis?
Jealous husbands.
No, give me a real character.
Fine. Princess Tiana from Princess and the Frog.
Thank you. So the first character is Princess Tiana, and her arch nemesis is the Shadow King. So I'm gonna combine those two characters to make a new character. Let's get started. So to start, you know, I always start with my sketch, and one of the things I want to keep thinking about while I'm doing my sketch is trying to capture both characters' likeness into one character. I don't want it to look like one character doing a cosplay as the other, so I don't want it to look like Princess Tiana is just wearing the Shadow King's costume. I want it to look like a whole new character, as if those two characters never existed and this was a concept for the movie or for a show or for whatever it is. So to do that, I need to think about both characters as one. But in this sketch, I do want to lean more toward Princess Tiana just because she's prettier than the Shadow Man. Another thing, I felt like, obviously, I didn't want it to be too much of just Tiana. So I also added in his hat. As you can see, I started with this little hat because I didn't want it to be too much of Shadow Man. But I didn't like the little hat, so I made it a little bit bigger, and now we're getting somewhere. I also gave her his magical cane thing. The Shadow King wears this necklace of teeth. I did change that to be tattoos just to match the face paint I'm gonna add to her. One of my favorite things about this drawing is that I kept her dress sort of in the end where when she gets married, she's wearing this bright green dress that kind of looks like leaves. So I added that little skirt thing to the bottom, gave her a nice little jacket, not fully wearing it because, you know, you gotta show them shoulders. Then I move on to my inking when I'm finally done with my sketch. He's my apprentice. He's actually the mastermind behind all the drawings. Then I move on to my inking. I use a combination of thick and thin lines. I do want to point out that I did not ink in the face paint. I actually am going to paint that in. I didn't think it... So after I'm done with my inking, I move right into the colors. One thing I want to point out is that I use green for Princess Tiana's clothes because her dress at the end of the movie was like a leafy, bright green. I do make those colors a little bit more dull just to make her look a little bit more spooky and mean. I didn't want those bright, happy colors. After I got my flat colors down, I move straight on to the rendering. And the rendering is my favorite part. It just makes the drawing finally pop. Those abs though. Look at them abs. Who gotta hit the gym when you can just paint them on like I can? Wish I could do that to myself. Shit, I'm gonna get some body paint. Comment down below if you want to see me body paint my abs in. I'm just kidding. Nobody want to see all this.
Nope.
I add in a quick background because you should add in the background. I should have added the background before the rendering just so I know where the lighting is coming from, but I forgot. But I add in a quick background, and here it is, my Tiana the Shadow Queen. All right, and for my next character, I am not going to be asking for help. I'm going to be picking my own character because I don't want to run into any more problems. So I'm picking Goku. And I know what you're thinking, Goku has so many enemies. Who is his arch nemesis? And you're absolutely right. It's Yamcha. I'm kidding. It's Frieza. I don't care what anybody says. If they want to say it's Jiren or whoever, they're wrong. It's Frieza. Biggest enemy, always going to be Frieza. So I'm going to combine Goku and Frieza and make a new character named Goza. I like that. Goza. So I start with my sketch and try to capture both of them. I do my sketch and I jump right into the inks. Inking for this style I feel like is very important because I just feel like it makes the rendering pop when you have a good set of inks with this style. And yeah, so I want to just get straight into the inking. Also, I don't want you guys to see me trying to sketch other ideas out like this one. Sorry, I couldn't think of anything at first. Now, I'm gonna add in a quick background so I know where the lighting is coming from. I take a free stock image of a floor and I put it into Photoshop. I usually work with Clip, but for this part, I go into Photoshop and I put it into the filters and I use a cutout filter to make it look more cell shaded, like the Dragon Ball Z style. I manipulate the picture a little bit here and there, changing the perspective and trying to make it look a little bit more like drawing. Add some rocks in the background, some grass. I'm making it look more like a Dragon Ball scene, and I think it came out pretty cool. When I'm done with that, I can start the rendering, and the rendering is my favorite part. And this style is more cell shaded, and I love to do cell shaded stuff. And if you don't know what cell shading is, I talk about it in some of my previous videos, so go watch them. I'm not saying it again. Go watch. I'm just kidding. Cell shading is a style of shading or rendering that you stack different levels of shadows and light on top of each other. I love the way it looks. You can use as many layers as you want. I usually go with 2 for the shadows and maybe 2 for the lighting. I have done 3. I have done 4. It's up to you. Do what you like. I can't tell you what to do. Anyway, here is my Goza. I think he came out great. Here it is. And for my last character of the day, I'm gonna do something a little bit more difficult. With the Mario movie coming out soon, I wanted to combine Mario with his arch enemy, Bowser. I'm moving my hands a lot, I feel like. So this one gave me the biggest challenge, not only because how do you combine a dragon turtle thing with a plumber, but also the style I chose to work with. I tried to do lineless art. Now, as you can see with the last 2, I usually use inks, but I've been trying to practice with this lineless stuff, and I need more practice, I will admit, but I think it came out pretty cool. So for the sketch, I try to capture some Mario and some Bowser, which again, very difficult to combine. Get him a very big character, kind of muscly like Bowser. I feel like Bowser be hitting the gym. I gave him some Mario features as well, like skin and the mustache. Mine is getting there. I'm gonna be looking like Mario pretty soon. I try to add in some more things to make him look more Mario, like his hat. And I also added his blue overalls as well to have more Mario in there because he's looking more creature than Mario. And there's supposed to be a nice mesh between the two. Now I start the rendering. For the rendering, I would like to do cell shaded a more cell shaded style, but in the Mario games, it's 3D renders, so you don't really see cell shading. It's more natural looking light. I try to be more painterly. Again, this is lineless art, so I don't have the lines to help separate different parts of the bodies or different parts of the clothing. I have to do that with just the rendering, adding some light, adding some shadow, just to get the separation from the different pieces of the character. Now, I was feeling lazy and I was not going to draw backgrounds, which is why I started rendering first, but I decided to not be so lazy. I searched backgrounds from Mario games, and he has these weird mountain hill things. So I threw those in the background, and I think those came out pretty good. Lineless art right there. I continued to render, adding lighting, adding some more shadows, trying to make sure I get everything separated and get something I am happy with. And I think Barrio looks pretty cool. Here he is. So there you have it, my 3 characters. I think my favorite is, I think it's Goza. I do love the Shadow Queen. There's something about the style of Dragon Ball Z that I really like to work on. So I'm gonna go with Goza. And I honestly would have loved to see a 3-way between Goku, Frieza, and Vegeta. Sorry. Sorry. I would have liked to see a fusion, 3-way fusion. You know, the 3 characters fused together. None of that weird stuff you're thinking of. I would have liked to see Goku, Frieza, and Vegeta fused together instead of seeing Ultra Instinct. I did enjoy Ultra Instinct, but it's like, what can beat that now, you know? No one? Nothing? So yeah, that is my favorite. I also, like I said, I really love the Shadow Queen. Barrio, I like the way it came out. Not my favorite. He's scary though. He kidnapped Princess Peach. My boy Mario better hit up Tinder. He ain't getting her back. Better start swiping right. Princess Peach is Barrio's now, okay? Please let me know which one you liked down below in the comments. Hit the subscribe button, hit that bell, and let me know which other characters you would have liked to see me combine with their enemies. And remember, I'm awesome. Thanks for watching.